Okay, today we're going to talk about foundational skills. This is World of Work, Part 3. And so, I may have heard that before. If you were in my class last spring, we did talk about this, but I'm going to go back over it, of course. And so let's get started. What are foundational skills and why do I need them? Hope you like my Bitmoji there. I think it makes it a little more exciting, just a little bit. All right, so foundational skills. They're the basic skills you need to be trained for a job, career, or occupation. I want you to think about what you learn at school. You learn reading, you learn math, you learn science, the basic. Nothing fancy, just the basics. We need them so you can be successful. It's just that simple. I want you to think about transferable skills. You may not know what that is. A transferable skill is a skill you can use at home, school, or work. For example, reading or math. We'll go back to that later. Okay, so basic skills, things you learn in school. At the middle school, you learn reading. You got to be able to comprehend and understand things and be able to follow directions. You have to be able to write. Some of y'all need to practice those writing skills, spelling, punctuation, complete sentences. You have to be able to write directions or reports or charts. You have to you have to be a little creative sometimes. You have to have math skills, basic math skills, not algebra, not calculus, not anything super fancy, just the basics. Adding, subtraction, multiplying, division, those type of things. Some fractions, some percents. And those are just things you learn in school. Listening. Yeah, we'll work on those too. But you have to listen to determine what information is important. Think about those word problems that you do where it asks you to pick out the most important information and use that, where you have to decide what you're going to use. Are you going to add, subtract, multiply, or divide? Listening is the same thing. You got to pick out the most important information and you have to respond correctly. You have to listen and learn. Also, speaking. When we get back together, that's definitely something we're gonna work on is speaking in front of a group. Some of you may not like that, but it will help you. Okay, personal qualities. So we had basic skills. Now we have personal qualities. Your attitude and your personality. These are not basic skills. These are your qualities and your characteristics. What do you need to be successful at work? You need to be responsible. You need to have an adequate amount of self-esteem. You got to believe in yourself. I have a friend who she's a great person, but she does not believe in herself that she can do it, and it makes things hard on her at work. She has a great job, but she doesn't believe that she can perform the job fast enough or well enough, and it's always been a hindrance for her. You got to be sociable, not too sociable where you get in a bad situation, but you have to be understanding of other people's needs. You have to be sympathetic. That means that you feel for other people when they're in a situation. And you also have to have manners, be polite. You have to be able to manage yourself, self management. In other words, watch your mouth, set your goals, have some self control. You also have to be honest and have some integrity. I always say integrity is how you act or what you do when no one else is watching. Are you going to be honest or not? Think about that. Okay, so we had basic skills, we have our personal qualities, and we also have thinking skills. Okay, I think most of these you understand. You know how to be creative at work. You're going to have some creativity. Think about that TV show MacGyver. If you don't know what that is, he can come up with an idea like off the top of his head very quickly. He's very quick. Okay, you got to make good decisions. You got to be able to solve some problems. Imagery, that means you have to understand different symbols, pictures, graphs. Those are things that you would learn. That is almost more of a skill, but you have to process images. Okay, You have to know how to learn. I know that doesn't sound like it doesn't make any sense, but you have to use the right learning techniques. Again, just like if you were going to have to decide if you were how to solve a math problem, or you have to know new knowledge and skills. You have to use your knowledge and your skills and put it all together. You also have to be able to reason. That is basically problem solving. You have to do that quickly, and you have to do it um, and make the right choice. You have to think about making the right choices because sometimes it's difficult. Okay, let's talk quickly about workplace etiquette. You have to be professional and you know how to behave at work. And there's a YouTube video you can watch. We're going to talk about more about this later, but you can still look through that if you want. What I want you to know today are the foundational skills. I want you to know that foundational skills are basic skills, personal qualities, and thinking skills. And that's it. That's World of Work Part 3. And um, we'll discuss all of this more when we come back together. But I think for now, that is enough information for you today.